question is that you had landing pages. I know that you're working with Nonprofit Megaphone and they're probably giving you some ideas. When we're building landing pages, let's just take a look at, do you have an idea or an example of a landing page on the site that you've been using?
Well, our trips page.
Let's do that.
We basically, sometimes we target the trips page, and sometimes we target a specific trip. So we would have an ad that says like, holidays on the...
Here's a great one. Here's a great one. So you're sailing retreats, right? So you advertise it as longer trips for businesses or companies, things like that, or teams, corporations. So when we're looking at the sailing retreats, we might have one landing page that talks about team building, right? Corporate team building for execs, for C-suite. What kind of execs wouldn't want to be on a boat and then show pictures all over LinkedIn and everywhere else showing how amazing of time they have and they're so close and all that good stuff. So it's just a matter of where are we going to get our sailors from? So if it's going to be a corporation, it could be corporate sailing retreats. And then that's going to be your keyword. That's going to be not only the URL, it's going to be the title or the H1 of the page. It's going to be in your H2s or your headlines, your sub headlines. You're going to have photos where you actually showcase corporate sailing retreats. And then you would actually make sure that those photos are titled with those words in it. So the file name should have corporate sailing retreat Attila Spain, whatever you want to do. So this is where you're loading this page and just hyper focusing on, in this case, corporate sailing retreat. Now, do I know that if that's something that's searched for? No, you'd have to do a little research to find the correct keyword or phrase, but you just stay true to that. You're going to build out, and this actually is a really good kind of frame, like a framework for a landing page. The thing that I want to see on this is, let's say that I'm in HR or I'm planning the corporate trip, right? Something like that. Then I would want to come on a page. Okay, it's all talking about corporate trips, how we do team building, it's professional, all those kinds of things. I also want to see a call to action right here. So you have nothing clickable above the fold. Every page, go through every page and make sure it's clickable above the fold, but especially for landing pages. If someone sees your ad, whether it's in Spanish, English, French, Italian, doesn't matter, they click on this page, you should be telling them what to do above the fold. So we want to say, get more information, or move the contact form up here and have the contact form right there above the fold so they can start typing in their info, capture them right away.
Right away.
The last, yeah,
So
you don't want to make them work.
So between a button that takes them to the form and moving the form up, you would choose rather move the form up?
Either. Okay. So there's two things going on there. If you have the form and it looks nice and presentable, it's right there at the top. If people are interested, they're going to fill out the form. If you have the button and you say, contact us, or, whatever we might say, we're going to say, get a quotation on a sailing retreat. Then, hey, get a quote or start your trip. They click on that. Now what they're doing is they're showing a micro commitment. They're showing they're one step closer to entering in. So they've already kind of demonstrated that they're interested. By having that, if you're using Google Analytics, and especially if you set up what we call events in Google Analytics, you can actually track how many people click that button. So now you can see not only how many page views you had, which is kind of like it's okay, they're on the site. I could have 50,000 people visit this page, but how many people interacted with it? So if I have the event set up in Google Analytics, they click that button, yeah, they're brought down here to the form. And then I can see, hey, if I had 1,000 people visit the page, 100 of them click the button, and I only had 2 people fill out the form, then most likely there's something wrong with the form. So now we can use analytics to tell us the story. Does that help?
Yep.
Awesome. And with this form too, your name, okay. With forms, it's kind of, I'm being nitpicky here. I would split it up, first name, last name. So not just your name, but your first name, nombre and apellido, because you want to have both. Because if you're sending an email, are you going to say, hey, Alfonso G, or hola, Alfonso? Right? So are you going to actually mention their last name or you're going to mention them by first name. When these people fill out the form, now you have a spreadsheet, hopefully, that has their first name, last name, email address, so on and so forth.